Well, look what we have here. So you want to know how you can trade, how you can make money, how you can how you can get the luxuries, the riches, the freedom, everything that comes along with trading, day trading at that. But you also want to work your 9 to 5 office, corporate, or just any 9 to 5 job, right? How do you day trade and how do you work a 9 to 5 at the simultaneously? How is that possible? You want to know how to do that, right? So I got a few tips, I got a few tricks for you that I got up my sleeve here, and it'll definitely benefit you because this is what I did. This is what I personally did, and I worked in a corporate office setting, and it was a little tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little tough, but it definitely is doable because you don't want to quit your job off rip and just go 1,000% towards day trading because you don't want to use money that you actually need. You don't want to use money that you need for expenses. You don't want to use money that you need to pay for shit, right? You don't want to use that money while you day trade because then it just puts more pressure on you. So the best way to ease your way into it would be to work your 9 to 5 job that you probably hate if you're watching something like this, and you can also day trade. So I did a couple things. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was back in August, long while ago. It's about to be June right now. So the number one thing I did, or one of the few things I did when working this 9 to 5 and trading at the same time, I personally had the luxury, right? I had the luxury to work 1 day remote. So on Mondays, every Monday, I could work remote, work from home. So I had two monitors. I had one monitor here, one monitor there, one monitor had my charts, one monitor had my actual work. I'd log in a little bit earlier. I'm on the East Coast, so market opens at 9:30 here. I'd log in a little early, just do like the BS work for the job a little bit earlier than I normally would, so like 8 o'clock, because I knew when like 9:15 to like 10:20, 10:30, I was locked in on the charts. I'm not gonna lie to you. Unless someone called me with like, you need to transfer this or you need to do this with like an urgent matter, I was on the charts, bro. I was literally on the charts. And when you're day trading, it's not like you need to stare at the screen. Like, you need to just glance over every once in a while just to kind of see where your position was at. So most people don't have this luxury to work from home, right? I had the luxury to do it once a week. I wish it was a fully remote job. Then I would just maintain that 9 to 5 job and also day trade. I could just supplement my income, right, from the job. But most people don't have the luxury to work remote. If you're fully remote, then you don't even need to watch a video like this. Just pull up your charts and then pull up your work on another monitor. It's really that simple. But for those of you, and a majority of you, who don't have the luxury to work from home like I did on my 1 day a week, I still day traded. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still did my thing while I was in the office. So I had multiple monitors in the office, right? That's besides the point. I don't know why I brought that up. But typically, when I would get to the office, I'd go in a little bit earlier, like I normally would. If I knew I was going to trade, say it was like a CPI data report or just any sort of news where I knew I probably wanted to trade, because I like to trade reversals. And when news goes a certain way, it leaves a lot of it leaves a lot on the field for a potential reversal, because with any news it spikes or it dips drastically, and I like to trade the reversals. So say there's some sort of report that's going on. I know that day I'm gonna get it in a little earlier, and it's a little tough, but I would bring my laptop. All right, I would bring my laptop, and I mean, they have these little phone booths or these little like private offices, because my office was like an open floor setting, right? My office was somewhere where everyone can just see you. It's just in the open. It's not like it's a cubicle where you can like kind of be discreet a little bit. It was literally in the open, and I didn't really want my laptop out. So I would go to these little phone booths. I'll go over there like 9:25. Not gonna lie to you. Have my laptop on. Log into my my hotspot on my phone. It was over. It was all she wrote. But it's kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little tough when you're in the office because like if you're away for X amount of time, it looks suspicious. And it wasn't like I could log in from the phone booth. It literally I just had my laptop, and I had no access to the actual work stuff. So I was just in the phone booth with my laptop, and I couldn't log into my actual work-related things. So if someone walked by, they'd be like, "What is this guy doing?" So that was another method. Just bring your laptop. Try to secure. All you need is from like 9:30 to 10:30 max maybe. You need an hour. If you can get a solid hour where you could just isolate yourself somewhere, in my case, the phone booth, you can do that. But if you don't have the ability to do that, right? Say you just don't have that capacity to do that. I don't like to do this, but you got this device right here, right? You can simply day trade off your phone. It is I think it's 1,000 more times difficult, right? I feel like if you're gonna trade off your phone, at least do your analysis maybe in the morning before work or the day before, and then actually place the trades on your phone. Like set alerts when price hits this point or when price is about to reach support, resistance, whatever your trading method is, set alerts so you can just place the trades on your phone. And then you could set your stop loss, set your TPs, whatever. Or you could just kind of keep looking, like if you're in a desk setting, you could just keep looking down. It's a little tough if you're working like construction or like teaching or some shit, because you can't just have your phone out. If that's the case, like you're not gonna be able to day trade. But the last thing for those construction workers, for those teachers, for those people who just simply can't get away, they can't go to an office, they can't have a breakout room, they can't pull out their phone. There is one more method that works for those of you who do want to trade, but you just simply don't have the capacity to while you're working your 9-to-5 job, right? You can swing trade. You probably don't want to hear that, but day trading, right, is you're trading, you're buying and selling the same security, typically the same day. Swing trading is you're buying a security and you can hold it for a day or two or a week, a month, whatever. But for swing trading, right, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same process, the same strategies you would follow if you were trading on the 5-minute or the 1-minute chart. But I would expand it a little bit and go to the 1 hour, 4 hour chart. Like it's going to be the same strategy, but you're just going to be on a larger time frame. So the plays are going to take a little bit longer to come into fruition. So with that, you can do that like on the weekends, or like right now it's 8:30 at night. I could set my stop. I could set my TP stops and entries right now, and then just set it and forget it mindset. And honestly, swing trading is good for beginners because if you set it and forget it, right, you don't have to keep staring at the screen every so often. You set your stop loss, you set your TPs, your entries, and you kind of just, your analysis did the work, right? Trading's a probability game. If you put yourself in the best probability to win that trade, then say you do lose a trade, okay, hopefully your risk to reward ratio is at least 3-to-1, 4-to-1. So you could lose 2-3 trades in a row and still be green if you have a successful trade down the line, right? It's a probability game, risk to reward. I can go in deeper in another video. But swing trading I would say beginners should definitely implement that. I honestly made the most money while I swing traded. I made the most consistent money while swing trading because I let my analysis do the work. I set it, I forget it. On Sundays, for example, I'll do my analysis for the week or do my analysis for Monday, and then Monday night I'll do my analysis for Tuesday. I'll set it. I'll literally just set that shit, walk away, come back. I'll like periodically check. Say I go to the bathroom, check on my phone, check just to see where we're at. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's not like that constant worry of when you're day trading, you're just staring, you're literally physically staring at the screen, right? So, and also, this is last but not least, if you're on the West Coast, you actually do have the luxury to trade before you even go to work, because the market opens 6:30. If you're on the West Coast, take advantage of that. Even move to the West Coast, get a job out there, because you have the luxury to trade from 6:30 to whenever you have to go to work, right? And I'm assuming you're not working at 6:30 in the morning. All you need is from like 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. and then you can go to work at 9 a.m. if you're on the West Coast. For me, I'm on the East Coast, so I don't have that luxury, unfortunately. But there's a few methods, right? You could just hopefully, if you're, let's a little recap. You could be remote. If you're remote, you don't need to watch this. You can day trade whenever the fuck you want. Just be able to multitask with your actual work and then your trading. If you're in an office setting or a setting where there's like breakout rooms, or you can like step aside somewhere, bring your laptop. If you don't have a laptop, invest in a laptop. The third thing I said, you have your phone. You could do so much shit with this. You can do so much shit with this. I don't like doing analysis or none of that on here. But as I mentioned, do your analysis on your computer, and then all you got to do is set your alerts, place your trades out here. And then the last thing, swing trade. Swing trade. And that might be the most important, right? Because anyone could do that. And I feel like even if you day trade, you should also have like a swing trading, like a longer term. I feel like everyone should have a long-term portfolio where they just buy and hold, let it ride. A swing trading portfolio where they hold for a couple days, couple weeks, etc., and then day trading for the more advanced people. So even if you day trade, you should still swing trade, right? I believe you should still swing trade because it's less like analysis you have to do. You kind of just set it for the week or for the month and then just come back to it. You either get stopped out or you make money. So those are the methods. If you're working a 9 to 5, you want to quit that 9 to 5. If you're someone like me who still hates working a 9 to 5, but I kind of still do it because I need to supplement my trading income. So I'm gonna escape the rat race real soon. I promise you that. And if you're someone like me watching this, I know you want to escape the rat race. So I don't recommend just quitting and going full-time trading because the money, like expenses, things like that. But if you have enough money aside, you have 6 months aside, or you can pay your expenses, then quit that 9 to 5 and go for it, man. Because we're only alive on this earth once. So I recommend take the risk. If you take a calculated risk. If you really need to, take a calculated risk. But if you don't have the ability to just quit, then apply the methods I just mentioned. So stay tuned. We about to get rich off this. And stay tuned. Peace.